Hello class, my name is Deja Brown. Speaking with you today is a man who is as broke as Kanye right now. He's loving his liberal education, but is worried, like lots of Americans, about his crippling debt from student loans. Trying to cut the crap from ridiculous college tuition, ladies and gentlemen, Austin Calder.
How many of you are sitting there right now, enjoying life, enjoying this class, this humor class, but feeling like this meme right here? Not knowing if debt owns you or you owe debt. See, this liberal arts education we're trying to all obtain here is pretty expensive. Lots of money we're putting into this education of ours. College really doesn't have to be that expensive. In fact, it can be free. FreeCollegeNow.org. I want you all to remember that. FreeCollegeNow.org is a site in which we're going to try to make this tuition much more affordable to the majority of Americans. There was a time in this great country of ours, in these United States, that we had a thriving middle class. We had factory and farming jobs that supplied our men and women with the money needed to have a supported middle class. Those jobs have now been outsourced to countries such as China, Korea, Japan. So these middle class jobs are now not available. The middle class jobs that are now available are needed. What is needed is a college education. You need a college education for middle class jobs. You almost need an education to flip burgers at McDonald's right now, to be honest. The workforce is highly educated and in progression. Now, what does it cost to have college? According to the Huffington Post, in 2015, in-state public college tuition average cost was $14,746. Out of state was $16,482. Private education, such as this liberal arts education of ours, in-state was $33,231. Out of state was $34,192. Those were the college tuition rates as of 2015. In 2005, let's compare that. The public tuition rate for in-state college was $7,586. Out of state was $8,653. For private education, it is $21,370, and out of state $21,856. Now, to put those monies into terms to understand, that is a $13,000 increase in just a mere 10 years for our private education. $13,000 extra in 10 years. Now, according to Huffington Post as well, 62% of Americans say they can't afford the in-state public rate. That's the cheap one. That's the one that was just a mere $16,000, just one half of what we're paying almost here at Great Falls. 62% of Americans say they can't even afford that much. Now that puts them at a severe disadvantage when trying to obtain that degree to get into the workforce. Growing up in a small town in Spokane, I saw a lot of poverty. I saw a lot of kids who didn't like to go to class. They liked to sell drugs. They liked to skip class, get in the hustle, like start making money real quick, you know. And Max Weber, a renowned German sociologist, would explain this idea as iron cage. When you grow up seeing what your brothers do, what your family does, they grow up in the game, ready to go, ready to sell. Like, you don't go to school. College is never really an option for those inner city kids. And that's what you grow up knowing, so you're kind of confined to those standards. Like imagine rats in a cage. You do get the cheese, but the cheese is a little moldy, maybe a couple days old, not as good as you want. But the cheese is there. It's easy. You just get it. It's there. You're in your confine of the cage, so that's what you do. And that's not right. I feel like we should be able to break the cage and make college more available for more Americans. Now, how are we going to do that, you might ask? How are we going to make college, this everlasting debt, available for regular citizens? How are we going to make it affordable? Now, one way that I'd like to offer you today is called the Robin Hood tax. The Robin Hood tax is a tax on the rich. On Wall Street, it's just a 0.05% tax, 0.05, a fraction of a percent on all Wall Street transactions, which is estimated by the Huffington Post once more, estimated to generate $746 billion in 1 year. $746 billion on 0.5% tax on Wall Street. If you take the bottom 20% or the poverty line in the United States and sold all their assets, everything that they owned, and collectively added that up, that would estimate $740 billion. Everything that the bottom 20% owns collectively compared to 0.5% tax on Wall Street actions. That's quite the comparison if you ask me. So what am I asking you to do today? I'm asking you to please log on to freecollegenow.org and vote. We're tired. Please cut the crap of this high education costs that are severely unneeded. We want to live like this when we get our degree. Sleeping on a pile of money with our degree cozied up next to us. That's the way we all want to live. So please cut the crap. Thank you.
Excellent speech. I'm serious. Yeah, that was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
Okay, guys. Oh, shut this